Work more, work more. So if things ain't going nowhere, you gotta work more. That's it, my friend. That's it. So if you're studying like 4 hours and you see that you ain't going nowhere slow, or you're going too slow, study 5 hours. If you do have time, why don't you study 6 or 7 hours? And the thing is, when once you're focusing on so many things at the same time, so many different languages, and so once you're doing that, you're focusing on so many languages at the same time. I strongly advise you guys to do what I'm doing now, focusing on 2 languages per week, like 2 hours per language, 5 days a week. So it will be 2 hours for one language and 2 hours for another language, and then the rest of the time. You study the languages that you want to study. I study now a little bit randomly because, for instance, today I didn't study Armenian, I didn't study Italian, I didn't study Dutch, but I studied Latvian. I studied half an hour of Latvian. I didn't study in Arabic, but I believe I will start learning the alphabet today because a few months ago I was started learning the alphabet, but then I didn't do anything else. I studied half an hour of Norwegian. I studied 1 hour of Estonian. I'm enjoying the language a lot because it's similar to Finnish, which is my favorite language. So I'm enjoying the language a lot. Of course, I didn't study Russian. I don't wanna speak about Ukrainian now. I didn't study Japanese. I studied French. I'm focusing on French and Turkish. I studied 2 hours and a half of French. Yeah, I should study only two, but today was the first day of doing this. So I studied 2 hours and a half of French and 2 hours of Turkish. My French is doing okay, though I'm not very good in French yet, but it's not doing bad. I studied half an hour of Catalan. My Catalan is doing not so okay, but it's not too bad too. It's not too bad either. And that's it. I didn't study Malay. I didn't study Mandarin nor Swahili, but you can study everything at the same time. So my advice to you is work more. If you realize that you're not going nowhere slow, just like I did realize with some languages such as Vietnamese, Romanian, or Turkish. So now this week I will focus on Turkish. I decided to focus this week on Turkish and on French. On French to take it a little bit further. And on Turkish to see if I can really get into the language because I'm not exactly inside the language yet. So that's it, my friends, and you gotta have a good methodology of study. You already know that you need a good methodology of study, and you need to work at your own pace. And if you realize that you need more, so that's what you're gonna do. Put an extra effort on it, and that's it. That's what I wanted to say, guys, and see you guys then.